Hi, I'm Niall from GulfStream Boat Sales. Today we are taking a look around a Galeon 485 Cuddy. It's fitted with a Mercury 60 horsepower outboard engine, comes complete with a trailer. It was built in 2006, commissioned in 2007. It's been very lightly used and it's in fantastic condition throughout. So we're going to take a walk around the boat, we'll show you all the features and accommodation inside, and we'll also put the boat through its paces in the water and give you a better idea of whether this might be the right one for you. This boat's a one owner from new example. The sole owner has told me he's only used the boat, put it in the water 4 or 5 times. Other than that, it's been stored in a warehouse of his inside. It's been always kept on the trailer, never been kept in the water. Having a look, unfortunately there's no hour meter on the boat, so we can't tell the exact number of hours, but looking around, I would have to say it's probably only run about 50 hours. The engine's in immaculate condition, as is the entire boat. As you can see down along the port side here, all the stainless steel rails and cleats are all in perfect condition. The gel coat's in really nice shape. The rub rail is in very good condition as well. The graphics on the side of the boat are all marked. We've got little chrome vents and deck overflows. Everything's in beautiful shape. It's the same story then down along the starboard side as well. Again, all the stainless steel works really nice. The gel coat, because this boat, we haven't done anything to the boat other than give it a clean and a quick polish. And because it's been stored indoors for its entire life, it retains this, it's like a factory shine. You can see yourself, it's a mirror finish in the gel coat. And the owners, what the owner's telling me about, less than 50 hours of usage really does stack up. The boat is fitted from new with this Mercury 60 horsepower Bigfoot outboard. So it's a 2-stroke oil injection engine. It's in immaculate condition. There's still a factory shine on the actual paintwork. The prop is completely unmarked, as is the skeg. The paintwork and everything on the engine is very good. It's the Bigfoot motor, which means it's got a larger gear case than the standard 60 horsepower engine, so you get a bigger propeller, which gives you better thrust at low speed, so it gets the boat up on the plane quicker, keeps it on the plane down to slower speeds, and gives you better maneuverability around the dock and things. The other advantage is if you're trawling along with the boat, you just need the engine and tick over and it moves the boat through the water nicely. So I just want to show you on the engine cover as well, just to support the hours claim. We don't have a meter, unfortunately, but if you take a look underneath that engine cover, it looks like brand new. The engine, it has to be less than 50 hours use. It's like, it starts first turn of the key, runs really sweetly, gives the boat a very good turn of speed. It gets up on the plane really quickly. It runs at around about 35 miles per hour or so at top speed. And like I said, if you just want to do slow speed work, if you're just cruising around for the day or if you're fishing, it'll do that very comfortably as well. The fuel economy is really good too. If you're not familiar with the brand, Galeon is a Polish boat. They've been building boats for a long number of years now. They have gone from strength to strength in recent years. They're now building 70 and 80 foot motor yachts, but they've always kept a really nice line of Galia smaller motor boats. The 485 is their entry level cuddy cabin one, and the quality, we used to be a dealer for Galeon actually back in 2007, 2008. We're a dealer for Northern Ireland. We sold quite a few of these boats, so I'm very familiar with them. They're a top quality boat. They're really well built, really solid hulls. It's not the usual sort of, a lot of the boats coming out of Eastern Europe around the mid-2000s tended to be built to a price, very light manufacture techniques and cost cutting, to build to a price. Galeon definitely did not fall into that category. They were quite an expensive boat whenever they were new, but they were really top-notch quality. So from the little Galeon branded stainless steel cleats, they do all their own stainless steel work in-house as well. So you get lots of things like this folding stainless steel board ladder, nice little folding seat back arrangements in the cabin, and all the rails around the foredeck and stuff. They're all manufactured in-house. So it's a top quality little boat. And this one's in immaculate condition. It is just like brand new. Everything's working really well on it. This boat's around about 16 feet long and it's just over 7 feet wide. It's CE category C rated. It's rated to carry 4 adults, or maybe 2 adults, 3 kids or something. And as part of that CE certification process, To get the category C rating, which is for coastal use around the waters of Europe, it has to meet fairly stringent safety standards. So part of that is we've got this self-bailing deck, so if any water finds its way on board the boat, you've got these bailers built in either side of the deck where the water will automatically flow overboard, so you can leave the boat on a mooring with confidence. You can go out in heavier sort of weather with confidence as well. We've then got an inner hull with a bilge pump in there as well, so if any water finds its way into the inner hull, you can pump it out. But it's a very, very safe little boat, built to high standards, and it's in this one, like I said, this one's in great condition. We've got a nice layout in here. We've got a helm seat and passenger seat, which rotate and are adjustable fore and aft, so you can get a comfortable seating position at the helm. And then we've got this rear bench seat as well, which is fully upholstered with cushioned seat backs and seat bottoms, so you'll easily fit 3 people across the stern. So if you're using the boat as a little day cruiser for either the lakes or around the sea, coastal hopping during the day, you've got very comfortable seating. There's lots of room for moving around the boat, and there's a good bit of storage and stuff as well. So it's a perfect little day cruiser, and indeed we sold a few to people who literally just use them as a day boat for taking leisurely cruises around the place. The other thing that the boat does well is it works well as a fishing boat, so you can remove all the seat cushions. All the cushions come off, you can fire them into the cabin. It opens up the deck space a little bit at the back. We've got some storage boxes on either side, so if you're carrying bait and stuff like that, you can do that easily. And then you've got probably enough floor space for at least sort of 3 people to comfortably fish off the boat. Again, the gunnels are quite high, so if you're sitting down in the seat, you feel like you're sitting inside the boat. It's nice and safe and secure. You've got this raised console then at the front to give you some protection from the elements with that windscreen as well. One pretty clever design feature is that the console with the steering position and stuff here and the cabin roof is offset to the starboard side, so it gives you walk around access up onto the deck of the boat on the port side. So we've got a molded in step here, and then we've got this walk around section which is about 6 inches wide. It's molded and on-skid, and you've got the rail that comes up there as well, so you can hold on to that. So you want to get out to the anchor locker, you can do that really easily. And you've got a step through opening on the bow rails as well, so if you're mooring the boat bows too, you can hop on and off the bow pretty easily. And you've got a nice flat area to work from there if you are dropping the anchor for fishing or having a picnic or something on board. So that's pretty unusual to find those sort of design touches on a boat of this size, but it goes to show you the thought processes and attention to detail that goes in, that Galeon put into designing these little boats. So there's plenty of storage throughout the boat. The cabin is ideal for storing bulkier gear in during the day, your life jackets and picnic boxes or whatever. You can fire that all in there, clear the deck. And then we've also got a few areas around the back of the boat. We've got a battery box on the port side with our isolator switch, which is easy to access there. We've also got another molded in storage compartment just in underneath here. Pull this out to show you. So there's a little bit of engine, 2-stroke engine oil in there. That's fully molded and lined, so you can use that for whatever. You can use it as a bait box or whatever. All these seat cushions remove as well, and you can open up. You've got some storage underneath this one where you can remove it and gives you a bit more deck space. But if you check out the pictures, you'll see we've taken pictures with the cushions out of it as well. And another little feature I just want to point out is this folded seat back in front of the engine. So if you're towing the boat, you can trim the engine right up, and this folds forward just to give it the engine head, the cowling a bit more room to tilt forward for road transport. We've also got a big storage locker underneath the floor as well. So this is fully sealed, so you shouldn't get any water draining from the cockpit down in here. But there's room in there for firing fenders and dock lines and out of the way. We've also got a 40-litre stainless steel fuel tank, which is integral to the boat, mounted in there with a little, there's a fuel sender in there, so you've got a gauge at the dash. We've got a nice comfortable helm position on the boat. Because the seats slide fore and aft, it's easy to get a comfortable seating position. The seats are fully cushioned. We've got cable steering, which is part of the factory pack. It's a factory steering system which is installed in the boat prior to them being shipped. We've got full range of gauges here. So we've got a voltmeter, a speedo, trim gauge, tacho for engine RPM, and we've also got the fuel gauge for the integrated fuel tank. The boat also has a Navman GPS unit fitted and a fish finder. Now the owner, he has them at home. They weren't in the boat whenever he left it out. He was keeping them at home for safekeeping, but they will be included in the sale. We're going to get those and put them on the boat. We've got 12-volt switch panel here for navigation lights, bilge pump, accessories. There's a stereo in the cabin as well, so you turn on the power for it up here, and the instrumentation, you know, the dash as well. So it's really for the size of boat it is, and the price point of that, it's really well equipped, and particularly if you compare it to something like, you know, like a Warrior or a Seahawk or those type of boats. In terms of the quality of the fit out and the amount of gear you get from the factory, it stacks up very, very favourably, and the ability of the hull too. It's a great little boat. We've got our throttle, integrated throttle and shift controls down here at my right hand as well. They're nice and handy to get to. Whenever you're sitting down, this screen is just sort of perfect height for deflecting the wind over your head, so you do get good protection both for the helmsman and the passenger from this console and screen arrangement. And if you want a bit of extra visibility over the top of the screen, or if you're coming in to pick up a maroon buoy or dock the boat, it's really easy. There's loads of room for standing up, and you get clear visibility all around the boat. But it's a nice little easy boat to drive, very easy to manage, and if you're a first timer just getting started, you're going to find this boat's really simple, you know, to get to grips with. Like I said, this boat has never been kept in the water for more than a day at a time, and because of that, the hull bottom is in as new condition. There's no staining. It's never been anti-foul. It's just immaculate gel coat underneath the bottom of the hull. One thing I wanted to point out though, whenever we're down here, is if you notice, if you look down along the line of the keel, there is actually a little pronounced keel on the boat. So it comes down, and that's good for, is giving the boat good tracking ability in a straight line. So if you're trawling along fishing at slow speed, or even if you're coming into a harbour or you're using the boat on a river or whatever, you're having to go at slow speed, it'll make the boat track better in a straight line, because all these single prop outboards are susceptible to a little bit of prop walk, which means you have to saw away at the steering wheel to get it to go in a straight line. Because that boat has that little pronounced keel on it, it minimises that effect. The other thing it's good for is it means that it's better behaved whenever you're coming in to dock the boat, whether you're going to put it on the trailer or pick up a mooring buoy or bring it alongside a floating jetty. It's going to be easier for you to control in those sort of close quarters scenarios, and it gives a little bit more meat of the hull to stick to the water as well whenever you're underway. So it means that the boat behaves better. It doesn't slam very much in choppier seas. It gives it a more planted feel in the water. And there's actually quite a bit of thought goes into the hull designs with Galeon. Knowing the company, having dealt with them in the past, they do build really solid little boats. They're great in the sea, and this one's no exception. For a 16-foot boat, I think you'd be really pleasantly surprised how well this boat handles a little bit of chop around the coast. So I just wanted to point that out to you as well. We've got a sliding perspex door then into the cabin. So this is a really good feature because if you're inside the cabin, it's raining, you can pull the door over, it's going to keep the rain off you, but it's nice and bright and airy down in there. It's pretty cozy whenever you do get in here, but you will get two adults can sit in here quite comfortably, or as a place for kids to get in and out of the elements. It's perfect. There is a little filler cushion here which goes in at the foot of this V berth arrangement. So it does make up a double bed. Again, it's like camping on the water if you're going to stay on a boat like this, but you do have the possibility, and the cabin's an excellent place to store gear. It's good if you want to get in out of the elements, if you do get caught out in a rain shower, or if you want somewhere for the kids to go in if they're starting to feel cold or something whenever you're out for a day's run about. The cabin's perfect for that. Because you have these high level windows here where you can see out and keep your eye on the horizon, it's also less likely that the kids are going to get seasick or anything whenever they're in here. We've also got this little, there's an overhead light here. I think it probably needs a bulb, it's just not working at the moment, but it's there. We've got a storage compartment up at the front of the cabin. There's also some storage underneath these seat cushions. And we've got a stereo in here as well, with a couple of speakers, which is all working as well. The upholstery and everything's in really nice condition. We've got a carpeted headlining, it's all in really good shape. This little opening deck hatch as well is all in good condition as well. So for a 16-foot boat, I mean, you can't really complain about a cabin like this. It's about as good as you're going to get, I think. If you look at the current offering from Galeon, it's very much, you can see the brand heritage coming through from the era of this boat, 2007. Although it's coming up on what, like 7 years old or something now. It's sort of bang up to date because it was at the time whenever Galeon really started freshening up their whole range. They started going for all these angular sort of windows and stuff. With like the black surround. It's not like a traditional porthole or anything. The stainless steel framework as well. It's got some nice lines to it. It's got a really sort of deep white gel coat too. So it's a lovely looking boat, very up to date, very modern looking, and because this one's in such good condition, it really could genuinely pass for a new boat. I mean, if you roll into your local harbour or something like this hooked on behind the car, most people are probably going to think it's a brand new boat. So yeah, it's a lovely looking little boat, and nice, clean, modern design, and yeah, in fantastic shape. So there you have it. That's our 2006, 2007 Galeon 485 Cuddy. It is fitted with a Mercury 60 horsepower engine. It's extremely low hours, although we can't verify it, but I would say definitely less than 50 hours. The condition of the boat and the engine and the trailer, corroborate that. The single axle galvanized trailer is included. It also comes with a tonneau cover, which covers over the whole cockpit of the boat for storage. There's a GPS included, there's a fish finder there as well, and the owner also has a bunch of extra gear and equipment. So he's got anchor, chain, rope, a whole heap of fenders, a lot of extra ropes. He's got a life ring for it. The boat's very well kitted out. Now we've stripped all that off just to show you the boat better in the pictures and videos here, but all that's going to be included with the boat. So everything you can need to go to the water and be safe on board is all included in the sale. So taking it all together, I think it represents excellent value for money. I honestly don't think you'll find a cleaner one than this. And if you've got any questions or you'd like to arrange to have a look at the boat, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Just give me a call or drop me an email, or you can fill out the callback request form on the website and I'll get in touch with you. Thanks for watching.